Good morning and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, making my return to Shadowrun Returns. So this is episode 2. It's entitled A Dead Man's Switch, and it's a continuation of the investigation of my street samurai Blood, who is looking into the death of a former colleague uh, by the name of Sam, and so he was informed by Sam in a dead man switch like remote message that Sam had been killed, and he's willing to give Blood 100,000 yun in currency and in payment for discovering who killed him and bringing them to justice, including street justice, if that's where it leads to. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the video. It runs about 30 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep these shorter than in my previous Pillars of Eternity run, and I will then come back on the tail end and kind of wrap it up. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to episode 2 of Shadowrun Returns. This is the character Blood, who is investigating the death of a former colleague, and he is now at this site, and I will bring up the information for you and very quickly go over where he has left off. So this is called Dead Man's Switch. We're here to ask the coroner about Sam Watts' death. The body of Sam Watts is in an organ grinder, which is a legal chop shop for body parts. So kind of a grisly place to be in. And if you did watch the last episode, you'll see that my character was well equipped, and he had trained somewhat, so he is focused on range combat and primarily with a shotgun, and he has some dodging ability. When I enter here, because now we're fast forward in time, and you can see my inventory, I actually have nothing. So that's something hopefully I will rectify during this adventure here, or this investigation. So here I am in this chop shop, and let's see, I'm in the back. Employees only beyond this point. I don't see anything that I can interact with yet. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial grade antiseptic. Now, I can see there's an individual here I can interact with. So far, that's the only thing it looks like I can interact with. So let's come up here and see what this is all about. Now, it's been a long time since I played this, probably about 6 years. So this is all fairly fresh for me. Hovering over the recent departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job." A little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. I don't know, he doesn't look very kindly. He looks kind of sinister. Dresden. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some asshole at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I am John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here. So, yeah, that makes me this franchise's area's coroner, too. And you are? Alright, so I have three choices here. Blood, I'm here about Sam Watts. Blood, I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder. Or no one you've ever heard of. Now tell me about Sam Watts. I'm kind of playing this character kind of, cold and abrupt. So, and not too much open to divulging information. So I am going to go with this one. He fixes you with a hard gaze. Careful, friend. I can have Lone Star here in 2 minutes. Now, what makes you think I'd know anything about Sam Watts? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet, and with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you that he was dead? Sam did when his heart stopped. 100,000 yuan was wired to a secure account in my name. I find the killer, I get paid. Or Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. I don't want to reveal that I'm going to get such a large amount of money, so I will go with that one. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over here. I'd assume that's him, so I will head on over here. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style. Sounds grisly. Or Emerald City Ripper. I like the first one. He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insisted on calling the killer. All I know is that, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel. But this one, even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Delicious, a trophy hunter. What was it? Let's see what he took from Sam. Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants? Whiz, what else? Let's see what the others. The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had a spleen removed. McCluskey. Dresden, get out here. Oh, I have things I can interact with here. Let's see. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, with his face in ashen white. For the first time, without a smirk on it. Below the chest there's a small, pencil-thin incision, covered in dry blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him. and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Okay, so let's look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There is something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Let's take a look at the cred stick. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. We'll take the cred stick or leave it in the evidence bag. Oh, I might need some money. You slot the credit card into your PDA and 300 Yun is added to your account. All right, cool. Let's take a look at the purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing and the blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. All right, next is the handwritten note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we, I guess, argued. We have been blank long, and to say I'm, I guess, sorry. See you, love, Jessica. Okay, put down the evidence bag. Let's see what's in here. I picked up a basic med kit. Let's come out here. Let's see what this guy has to say. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting. If you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. McCluskey. So this new Ripper Vic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around the scalpel. He has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. McCluskey, so I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon. Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days, it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. I'm actually standing right there. Who the hell are you? My choice is I'm nobody who didn't hear nothing. I'm new in town. You, the welcoming committee. Strength of 4. If I had a strength of 4, I'd be able to respond with none of your business, Lumpy. But I don't have the strength of 4, so I can't do that. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. Well, I do have that security background, where I have better responses with people involved with security. So let me try this one here. The Drek you were. You get anywhere near my investigation and it will be you on the slab, human. Sounds like a threat. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I am putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Okay. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties too. I don't do friends. Well, he didn't really seem like my type. I'm going to say I don't do friends. So I'm playing this character kind of cold and businesslike. Dresden, he cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. A job's a job, and this one pays better than most. I'm not going to mention any money. I'm going to bring his killer to justice, at least street justice. I'm going to go with the first one. Sam had my back, so I'm going to repay it. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 neon a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? What are organs worth these days? Who is still using scalpels? Have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? Or I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Let's see. Let's try this here. I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in this sentence? You don't buy that, or sounds like you disagreed with the findings. Yeah, I'm going to ask him. My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can say that it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Let's see, what are organs selling for these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of neon, but individual organs, not worth as much anymore. And with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days, organ grinders only deals in the recent deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school. So do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of their similar chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. All right, let's ask him about the Seamstresses Union. It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlives. You probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Oh, I just gained 2 karma. Ask the coroner about Sam Watts. Okay. Dresden looked up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers at the back and see what you if you find anything useful. Blah. Can't read. Sorry. Okay, then I'll go do that. Or do you know where murder site? All right, let's go look in the lockers first. Oh, those must be the lockers. Oh, and I saw 2 things over here too. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. It's not exactly cold. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal a fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. Oh, the guy just jumped out of the cold storage. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. Jake Armitage. I told you, John, to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. What do I look like, a damn alarm clock? Or, huh? You were just sleeping in a freezer for dead people? Well, I didn't expect him to be alive, so let's say that. Yes, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice that you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? The latest Ripper victim, did you know him? I'll ask the questions. What the hell are you doing in the morgue drawer? I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me. Okay, do that one. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together, every now and then, over at the Union. Decent enough guy, always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. All right then. The name's Jake, and you are? Yeah, call me Blood. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right. I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam and the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I've been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kabuta asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, we need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup. My hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear the loud squelching sound of Dresden continuing his work. Thanks, John, you're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers. Thought they could turn a quick profit off my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that it didn't work out well for the gangers. Sam stumbled over during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival, reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? Great, so you don't know anything about his death, or do you know anything else? Let's see if he knows anything about his death. I know they found his body a block away from the Union, just lying there in a broad daylight. That's the Barrens for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glasses. Shame, though. Wish I'd been there. If those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leaders got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that asshole. In return, I'll take you to a place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What'd you say? It's nice to have someone watching over your back out there, assuming you can trust them. I don't work for free. I fight. I get paid in Neuen, not tours. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. All right, Jake, count me in. Yeah, he's going to help me out in finding where he was killed. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since the run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers. But this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. Hell, I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in a dumpster tomorrow. That's weird. Alright. So, you need a weapon. Give me a pistol. I'm good with a shotgun. Happen to have an SMG. I like to keep my distance. Got a rifle or no guns for me. Melee is my game. Actually, I'm more skilled in shotgun. So, oh, I just picked up a shotgun. Like the subtle approach. Eh? Alright, try this cannon out. So, ready for an evening out on the town. Just a minute. Tell me some more about these gangs first. I'm ready. Just watch my back. Don't make me regret this, or if you're buying. Tell me a little bit about this gang. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't know, like their version of trick-or-treat. You wouldn't like their version of Trick or Treat, very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. Just watch, I'm ready, just watch my back, don't make me regret this, if you're buying. Alright, we'll say. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. We can leave whenever you're ready. Remember these two things over here. I picked up a Dock Wagon Basic Trauma Kit and a Basic Med Kit. Okay. Let's see, anything else to interact with yet? And that looks like it's going to go out into the streets. Well, we're coming up on a half an hour, and I wanted to keep these short. So I'm assuming that once we go out here, we'll be into the next stage. So I'm going to stop it here and embed this video into a presentation using XSplit, so like I have been doing with my other series. So let me just cut loose here, and I'm going to try to keep these shorter, so around 30 minutes or so, and so this might be a perfect time to stop. So I am going to save. Oh, I have karma to spend. Let me see. Spend karma. I can increase my shotgun with my 2 points. Let's see, can I do anything with ranged? No, I need 3 points for ranged. Close combat, I can increase. Main component used to calculate the chance to hit with melee weapons or unarmed. Increases the skill. Unlocks. Alright. Melee weapons. Throwing weapons. I don't have any throwing weapons. Let's just increase my shotgun. Okay. So now my shotgun is 2, my ranged combat is 2. Now we will save. So save game. Game is saved, and now we are going to exit the main menu. Are you sure? Sure. Save and quit. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. We're around 32 minutes, and I will pick it up with episode 3. I am going to name this one after the quest that we just wrapped up, and I'll see you on the back end of this video. Okay, so there you have it. Wrapping up a Dead Man's Switch. So now my character, along with his companion, is going to Jake, is going to go out and look for that gang that has been hunting down Jake and take care of that. And in exchange, Jake is then going to direct me to where my colleague Sam was killed. So hopefully we'll start wrapping those things up. Excuse me, losing my voice. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. coming very close to that 900 subscriber base, at which point I will be doing a video to do another giveaway. There was one lucky winner last at the last benchmark at 800. Only one claimed. There was actually three PDFs being given out, but only one person actually claimed it. So I will have some extra PDFs to give away come 900. So like I said, that's only less than 30 away from 900. So hopefully these videos will generate some more interest in the channel, and we will, be able to hit those marks so I can give out some more free stuff. Other than that, if you have any comments, on Shadowrun Returns, please leave them in the comment section. And I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon. You'll have a great afternoon.